Hello and welcome, this is GG Your Face, and I'll be talking about a game between oGssSKS versus PAGE. oGssSKS is playing as the red Protoss in the lower left hand corner, and PAGE is playing as the purple Zerg at the upper right hand corner. The map is Xel'Naga Caverns, and this is a game that I picked out because it has a lot of good action, and we do see a drone cancel on the extractor. What that will do, it will allow you to have 11 supply briefly, and it'll let you mine a little bit more than you would be able to otherwise. In that event, I have been away for Starcraft 2 for actually I think about 48 hours or 24 hours or one of those two. It's been a really long time because Civilization released, and ever since the release of Civilization I've been playing that. Civilization 5 is a great game, very similar to Starcraft, but it's turn-based, so it's much more micro-oriented, not so much macro. And I really like that game because it's so closely related to Starcraft 2, but there's many ways you can win, not only with minerals or expansions or gas or units, but you can also win with diplomacy, science, culture, and all that good stuff. In any event, PAGE has put down his first expansion at 14, no, that was at 15, and he's scouting the base of oGS, and oGS is scouting the base of PAGE, and he does bring one drone off the line to try to kill off that one probe, and the probe actually has finished the assimilator and is already mining from the assimilator, whereas the Zerg has not yet gotten any gas. Zergs usually do not need the gas early because they don't need the Zergling speed versus Zealots. Zealots are actually rather slow, and we do see a little match one-on-one here between oGssSKS's probe versus PAGE's drone, and yeah, it does peel off there, and we do see a cybernetic core going down for SSKS. It's very hard for me to get that name. In any event, I don't know if you guys seen the new patch. It's really messy, and we do see an extractor being thrown up by PAGE, sort of limiting the options your opponent has, but I'm not really sure if that really does that much, because if he doesn't cancel this, and he should really cancel, I hope he does. Ooh, he lets it go up. Darn. Because if you cancel and then you can build another one on top of it, it's just a couple more minerals, but you might as well because you already expended some minerals on it. I know a lot of you are going to yell at me for that, but in any event, we do see some drones are being placed. There are 3 drones on the extractor for PAGE, and this one Zealot is going to go do some harassment, but it decided not to because some of these Zerglings have spawned. Very good timing there by both players, knowing exactly what the other is going to do, and 2 gateways are being opened by SSKS, and this one Zealot is working on the back end. He really wants this assimilator. The Zerglings are checking around. Actually, I think that Zealot left because he threw up an extractor and he wanted to get some information. And there's one Overlord here, one extractor here going down right now. The sentry is right next to it. A couple of Zerglings running across the map. The Zealot and Sentry Force is a little bit more difficult to do in this patch, and ooh, I was saying before, the Phoenix bug. I don't know how many of you guys have trouble with the Phoenix bug, but man, it is so frustrating when you have your Phoenix stuck in the same place, and you know you microed it correctly, but it just picks up the unit, uses Graviton Beam to pick up the unit, and then it just stays there, and then it's like, damn it, just move. If the unit's already dead, just move away, fly away. I know a lot of you don't know what I'm talking about, because I think only roughly about 20-30% of the players are Protoss players. And we see the Zerglings might be going inside. This one sentry is protected by 3 Zealots, and they should be able to push these 2 Zerglings back, no problem. We do see a pylon on the side, a proxy pylon. The Zergling versus the Zealot and the sentry is not as bad as it used to be, because the Zealots did receive a 5-second nerf. I don't call it a 5-second nerf, I call it a 25%, a 21% or a 15% nerf. That is a huge number in any event. I think the Chrono Boost is being used on the warp gates, and yes, it was. That is one way to compensate for the huge nerf that was made on the Zealots, in my opinion. And now he's going to try to get in. I think he wants them to hold position, and he's getting additional sentries in, and very good force fields there. Not losing too many Zealots that time. A lot of resources lost by the Zerg player, and we do see, ooh, bad positioning of the Zealots. What are you doing? Your Zealots are just standing there doing nothing, and the sentry is dying. That is not pretty at all. If we take a look at that resources lost tab, there is quite a shift. We did see a huge shift in momentum, about even losses now after the second battle. The first battle, Zerg lost a lot. The second battle was about even, I would say, because he left those zealots on the ramp and he had them in a hold position while the sentries were getting shot from all directions. This is a very good play. He is warping in additional sentries in the back end. They're now shooting at this queen. And he's trying to get him there, and he does manage to pick off this one queen. That will be huge, and yes, he does. There's a couple of sentries, a couple of zealots. Sentries used to be really, really good until they also got nerfed. It seems like every patch they nerf stuff. Because they used to do 9 damage, now they do 7 damage. Still a lot nonetheless. And 2 force fields going off. Not the best of force fields. They really want to get up and inside. And ooh, one sentry actually gets stuck inside. And now the sentry and zealot is free inside the Zerg's base, and they're going to try to pick up an overlord? No, he's not. He's going to take off this hatchery. At the same time, he's also expanding right outside slightly, moving some units out. Very, very good idea, having a forge there. Also grabbing some cannons to help with the expansion that's going to come up. And this zealot should just really attack the stuff around it. Man, oh man, a little bit of missed micro by oGssSKS, but he is winning a lot of battles, and he was warping a lot of units in the back at the same time Bruno boosting, so it's not really his fault. But these zealots are really low on HP. If you look at their... Ooh, and a lot of Zerglings gonna try to get a good surround here. One force field goes off, not the best of force fields. Second force field, ooh. Still quite a large surface area here and here for the Zerglings, so they should be able to take down these zealot and sentry, no problem. Ideally, you want to be in the middle of your sentries, not to the left and to the right of it. But that's okay. We do see proxy pylon still here. I don't think PAGE has seen that proxy pylon just yet. And now oGssSKS has grabbed his own expansion. He does have the lead, I believe, as he did take down the original base, not the expansion. And some of the Zerglings thinking about coming in here to get some probe kills, but they won't see any probes at the moment. If we take a look at the income tab right now, a huge lead in terms of gas for the Protoss player, as the Zerg has not gotten any gas, and he's lost his hatchery just once. And this is very good placement of the photon cannon behind the pylon as well as the forge, reducing the surface area, only leaving the south part and the west part to exposed. And now the gateway is going to close that off, and it's going to be very, very difficult for the Zerg to get in here. Now the Zerg is actually rebuilding, which is a very good idea, but at the same time the Protoss is also getting a lot more gateways. I think we see 3 gateways, 5 gateway build, only zealots and sentries at the moment, and he's going to push up with his zealots and sentries once again, getting that first upgrade, very, very important upgrade, and it has just finished as I mentioned it. And now he's going to engage some of these Zerglings. We'll be able to pick off them, no problem. I think that was a very, very good play on the ramp, force fielding the ramp repeatedly, and that is one thing a lot of Protoss players don't do. They don't abuse that force field, because these sentries are awfully expensive. 100 gas, one of the most expensive and flimsy units in the game. If you don't use their force fields or guardian shields, there's really no reason to get them. In that event, ooh, these Zerglings are in the middle, but they're not on the Xel'Naga watchtower at all. And now they get on the tower, they will catch a glimpse of some of those units warping in and some units coming in as well. We do see the armor 1 is being currently researched by the Protoss player, and he's going to try to get in here, and these 2 spine crawlers trying to get in position. 2 very, very good force fields there, I think. Maybe, maybe not. Ooh, it's hard to tell, but if he can run up the ramp, that would be awesome. And he's going to run up the ramp. He's up the ramp, and he actually clicked back a little bit for some reason. 1 force field at the bottom of the ramp, very, very good idea. Now he's only all alone with his base, and now you just want to take out the hatchery once again, and these drones are escaping if he force fields. Ooh, perfect force field on the top of the ramp, preventing these units from escaping. A little missed micro by both players there, because the Zerg wanted to escape, but he was actually running into the force fields. I think he saw it. And if he throws out another force field, ooh, he actually misplaced this one. 2 force fields, no problem. We'll be able to take down this hatchery, I think. Ooh, that was a lair. If he could take this down, that would be a huge and tremendous blow. We do see a lot of stalkers being warped in, so we do see a switch in the units for oGssSKS, as he did see that there is an awful lot of roaches on play out for PAGE at the moment. PAGE is struggling quite a bit with those force fields, because force fields once again, but I'm pretty sure these are going to go down because they're really, really weak and they can't really do too much against these roaches, especially when there's 6 roaches. These roaches still stuck behind the force field. Very, very poor micro there, I think. And we do see Blink is being researched by these stalkers. Stalkers working on the side rocks. And there's a lot of spine crawlers. I think this is a sign of panic. Not really investing too much in much else, but a lot of spine crawlers. And if we take a look at the Protoss force, 1-1 already finished, whereas the Zerg is still on 0-0. The income tab showing a tremendous difference now. 4 times the amount of gas for the Protoss player, only double the amount for minerals, but minerals don't really matter that much at this point. I think he really needs to get his drones back up and running, and he has no queens. I think he took down the queens both times. Ooh, that is painful. Very, very painful for the Zerg to watch this match, I believe. And if we take a look here, there's one Zergling holding the Xel'Naga Watchtower, but he hasn't actually come out to destroy this proxy pylon. That's always a good idea to kill off the proxy pylon, because it will disable your opponent a little bit, because they won't be able to be reinforced as quickly. We do see Glial Reconstitution that will allow the roaches to go a little bit quicker than usual, and we do see a nice clump up of the Overlord here. That is also not the best way to do it, I think. And there is a couple of photon cannons, 3 photon cannons going up at the 3rd base, 2nd expansion for SSKS, and now I think he's going to try to finish this game, but I think if he runs in here it might be suicide. And he's actually going to back away, which is smart. He doesn't want to get within range of the spine crawlers. There's a lot of spine crawlers, 5 spine crawlers fully functional. These stalkers are going to maybe try to blink inside. Is that what he wants to do? And he's actually blinking the stalkers back. Very, very nice management there. You can just click on these units and blink them back individually. That would make it a really, really heavy pain for the opponent to try to take out his stalkers. And you see this stalker is already healing in the midst of battle. Very, very nice micro there by SSKS. And I think PAGE is thinking about making a final push. He doesn't have that much larva. He just recently got his 2 queens back, both relatively low in minerals, as they both have injected. And I think he's going to try to get a surround here. We do see additional reinforcements in the form of Dark Templars. Very, very nice. And he's actually warping in some of them right now. That will force the Zerg to waste some of his precious gas, especially in this situation. And the Dark Templars are in. The Dark Templars are in. The Dark Templars are going to 2 are going to the main base. 2 are actually joining the battle. 2 are in the main base. We'll be able to take down that queen. The queen does go down. And now the stalkers are running backwards, fighting these roaches. And additional Dark Templars being warped in. Now these units are being caught out of position. The Zerg is being caught out of position because there's no Overlord here to scout for these Dark Templars, and these stalkers just blink away as they take damage, and these Dark Templars will be able to take them down, no problem. And additional Zerglings do come and reinforce, but I don't think that will be good enough because there's a lot of Dark Templars. And right now he did morph in 1 Overseer, but I think it might be too late because this Dark Templar got a ton of kills there. And Dark Templar running in with the Stalker once again. They're coming in. The Overseer is to the side. He could see it, but he really wants to keep the Overseer away from the action because he doesn't want to get shot by the snipers. By the Stalkers. And PAGE does GG out of the game. Very, very nice game. Very well played by both players, I think. And I hope you guys enjoy that. If you like what you see, please subscribe and leave me a comment if you have any suggestions. Thanks for watching. I'll be uploading a lot more soon. See you guys later.